The world held its breath, waiting for the beast to be unleashed. They expected fire, fury, and the most aggressive rider on the planet to tear the Valencia circuit apart. Instead, they got silence. But make no mistake, this wasn't weakness. This was a calculated deception. Here is the true story behind Toprak Razgatlioglu's shocking MotoGP debut, and why the rest of the grid should be absolutely terrified. The great deception of Valencia, a wolf in sheep's clothing. The global motorsport community tuned in with bated breath to witness Toprak Razgatlioglu's baptism by fire on the MotoGP grid in Valencia, expecting fireworks and fury. What they witnessed instead was a masterclass in calculated deception that left spectators bewildered. The Turkish phenomenon did not unleash his trademark aggression. He didn't slide the rear wheel into corners or perform his gravity-defying stoppies. Instead, he executed a phantom run, utilizing a mere fraction of his God-given ability. Insiders report that the beast was dormant by design, operating at barely 50% capacity. Yet, in this terrifying display of restraint, the underlying threat was palpable. Even while riding with one hand tied behind his back metaphorically, he managed to haunt the timesheets, proving that his slow is faster than most riders. Fast. It was a chilling warning to the grid. If this is him holding back, God help them when he actually decides to race. The puppet master speaks, Sofuoglu's ominous warning. Kenan Sofuoglu, the architect behind Toprak's meteoric rise, and the man who knows his psyche better than anyone, watched the Valencia Test with a knowing smirk. While the media scrutinized the lack of visible aggression, the five-time champion laughed off the criticism. He confirmed that the rider circling the track was a ghost, a shadow of the true predator. "That is not Toprak," he declared, shattering the narrative that the transition was difficult. His words carried the weight of a prophecy. He explained that Toprak had been put in a cage, forced to ride against his instincts to satisfy corporate mandates. But Sofuoglu's message to the doubters was laced with menace. Do not mistake discipline for weakness. The mentor knows that the monster is scratching at the door, and once the constraints are lifted, the paddock will witness a level of ferocity that modern MotoGP has forgotten exists. The golden engine dilemma, riding on a razor's edge. The reason for Toprak's uncharacteristic hesitation was not a lack of courage, but a terrifying reality in the garage: scarcity. Yamaha arrived at Valencia with a singular precious Jewel 1, solitary new VST engine prototype. The stakes were astronomically high. A single error, a low-side crash, or a gravel trap excursion would not just end the day, it would obliterate the entire development program for the winter. Toprak was riding with the weight of an entire factory's future on his shoulders. He was piloting a multi-million-dollar prototype with the instructions to treat it like fine china. This context transforms his performance from underwhelming to heroic. It takes a superhuman level of self-control for a racer whose DNA is built on risk-taking to dial it back, to suppress the urge to push, and to simply bring the machine home intact while still posting competitive times. The Sepang reckoning, unleashing the Stoppie King. If Valencia was the calm, Sepang will be the hurricane. The upcoming test in Malaysia is marked on the calendar as the day the leash is officially cut. Sofuoglu has promised that the humidity of Sepang will be matched only by the heat of Toprak's performance. The learning phase is over. The attack phase begins. The long straights and heavy braking zones of the Malaysian circuit are the natural hunting grounds for Toprak's unique style. We are about to see the rear wheel lift off the tarmac at 200 miles per hour. We are about to see the bike bent into corners with a violence that defies physics. This is the moment the narrative shifts from adaptation to domination. The team is preparing to unleash the full version of their weapon, and the data gathered here will likely send a shiver down the spine of every rival manufacturer. War on history. Crushing the superbike stigma. There has long been a whispered prejudice in the immaculate paddocks of MotoGP that world superbike riders are second-tier citizens, incapable of mastering the rigid, unforgiving nature of a prototype chassis. Toprak Razgatlioglu is not just here to race. He is here to burn that stereotype to the ground. Every critic who said, "You can't ride a Yamaha M1 like a BMW superbike," is about to face a brutal reckoning. The camp is fueled by this disrespect. They are not trying to adapt Toprak to the bike. They are forcing the bike to submit to Toprak. The confidence radiating from his team suggests they haven't just solved the puzzle, they've rewritten the rules. Those who are betting against his transition are preparing to have their hopes shattered as Toprak prepares to prove that pure talent transcends the machinery underneath you. The terrifying mathematics, 0.2 seconds from glory. When you strip away the context and look purely at the cold, hard numbers, the reality of Toprak's debut is terrifying for the competition. Despite riding in safe mode, despite preserving the engine, and despite never pushing to the absolute limit, he finished the test as the second fastest Yamaha. But the statistic that keeps rival team bosses awake at night is the gap, 0.2 seconds. He was a mere blink of an eye slower than Fabio Quartararo, a former world champion and the absolute master of the Yamaha M1. To be that close to the benchmark on your very first serious outing, without even trying your hardest, is not just impressive, it is anomalous. It suggests that the ceiling for Toprak is not just matching Fabio, but potentially eclipsing him entirely once he actually decides to twist the throttle to 100%. The 2026 Alliance, a new powerhouse at Pramac. The chessboard has been set for the 2026 season, and the pieces are moving in aggressive formation. Toprak will not be hidden away in a testing facility. He will be thrust into the limelight with the Pramac Yamaha team. Pairing him with the gritty, experienced Australian Jack Miller creates a dynamic that is equal parts chaos and brilliance. Miller brings the veteran knowledge of Ducati and KTM, while Toprak brings the raw, unadulterated speed of a superbike god. This is not a satellite team content with picking up scraps. This is a war party. The atmosphere in the Pramac garage is set to be electric, a melting pot of different styles and personalities united by a single goal: to humiliate the factory teams. The arrival of Toprak at Pramac signals that Yamaha is finally ready to expand its arsenal and fight on multiple fronts. The Civil War, hunting the French king. In the world of motorsport, your teammate is your first enemy, but for Toprak, the target is much higher. He isn't looking at the rookies, he is looking directly at the throne, occupied by Fabio Quartararo. The explicit goal set by his management is to engage in a dogfight with the best rider Yamaha has. This is audacious ambition. Most rookies aim for points or top 10 finishes. Toprak aims to decapitate the king. This sets the stage for a brutal internal rivalry that could define the 2026 season. It's a clash of styles. The smooth, sweeping precision of Quartararo versus the violent, hard-breaking aggression of Razgatlioglu. Yamaha management may call it a partnership, but the fans know what it really is: a gladiatorial battle for supremacy to decide who truly owns the tuning fork brand. The corporate defense: talent over Turkish lira. Whispers and rumors are the currency of the paddock, and many cynics were quick to label Toprak's signing as a cynical cash grab, a marketing ploy to sell scooters in the massive Turkish market. Yamaha director Paulo Pavasio stepped forward to crush these rumors with the force of a sledgehammer. He made it abundantly clear that Yamaha does not play games with its MotoCog seats. This was a decision forged in iron, based entirely on lap times, telemetry data, and the undeniable genius of the rider. Pavasio's defense highlights that Toprak is viewed as a generational athlete, a project within a project. Yamaha is betting the house that Toprak isn't just a popular figure, but a sporting phenomenon capable of dragging the Iwata factory back to the top step of the podium through sheer willpower and skill. The 2027 endgame: the Pirelli ace up the sleeve. While the world focuses on the immediate future, Yamaha is playing 4D chess with an eye on 2027. This is the year the sport undergoes a seismic shift, moving from Michelin to Pirelli tires. This regulatory change is the secret weapon in Toprak's arsenal. Having spent his entire professional life mastering the characteristics of Pirelli rubber in World Superbike, Toprak will enter the 2027 season with a massive, unfair advantage. While the rest of the grid struggles to learn the new limits, Toprak will be greeting an old friend. Yamaha knows that 2026 is for learning, but 2027 is for conquering. They are banking on the fact that when the rubber meets the road in the new era, Toprak Razgatlioglu, will be the only man on the grid who already knows exactly how to win.